Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of today. I'm your host, Sherifa Mohammed MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer.
The briefing for April 30th, 2026 reports 2 territorial gains. Korchakovka in the Sumy region by the North Group and Novoaleksandrovka in the Donetsk People's Republic by the Center Group. The East Group again uses the phrase continued advancing into the depth of enemy defense. Notable high-value kills include 2 Israeli-made RADA RPS 42 counter-fire radars, a second U.S.-made Paladin 155 self-propelled howitzer in 2 days, a Buk M1 SAM system, and 6 electronic warfare stations across multiple sectors. Air defense shot down 571 fixed-wing UAVs, a new daily high, and the Black Sea Fleet destroyed 4 Ukrainian uncrewed surface vehicles.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, it's good to be here.
Colonel, today's briefing reports 2 captured settlements, Korchakovka in Sumy by the North Group, and Novoaleksandrovka in Donetsk by the Center Group. But the number that jumps out is 571 fixed-wing UAVs shot down in a single day. That is a significant spike from 303 yesterday. What does this tell us about the state of the drone war?
The spike to 571 intercepts is the most operationally significant number in today's briefing. It tells us 3 things. First, Ukraine launched a massive coordinated drone offensive, likely attempting to overwhelm Russian air defense, strike rear-area targets, or both. Second, Russian air defense systems were highly active and effective, detecting and engaging these drones in large numbers. Third, and most importantly, the drone war has entered a new phase of intensity. Both sides are expending drones and air defense munitions at an unsustainable rate in the long term. But for now, they are locked in a battle of production and attrition.
Let's go sector by sector, starting with the North Group. They captured Korchakovka in the Sumy region. They engaged 2 mechanized brigades, 2 assault regiments, and 3 territorial defense brigades in Sumy. And in Kharkiv region, 2 mechanized and 1 motorized infantry brigade. Losses: more than 240 troops, 2 AFVs, 7 motor vehicles, and critically, 1 Israeli-made RADA RPS 42 counter-fire radar. This is the first of 2 such radars destroyed today. The West Group got another. What is the RADA RPS 42, and why is its destruction significant?
The RADA RPS 42 is a compact tactical counter-fire and air surveillance radar, Israeli supplied. It is highly mobile and can detect incoming rockets, artillery, and mortars, as well as drones. Ukraine has integrated these into its counter-battery network. Destroying 1 and 2 in a single day degrades Ukraine's ability to locate Russian artillery in real time. The capture of Korchakovka is important because it continues the North Group's methodical clearing of Sumy border villages. But the radar kill is the real tactical event. It suggests that Russian reconnaissance drones are successfully locating these radars, and Russian strike assets, whether Lancet loitering munitions, artillery, or missiles, are being allocated specifically to counter-battery radar hunting. The 240 troop losses in North Sector are relatively high, indicating that the fighting around Korchakovka was intense. The territorial gain, combined with the radar destruction, creates a localized advantage.
Now the West Group. They improved the situation along the front line, but did not capture a settlement. They engaged 3 mechanized brigades, 1 assault brigade, 1 unmanned systems regiment, 1 territorial defense brigade, and 1 border guard detachment. Losses: up to 190 troops, 1 U.S.-made M1 APC, 16 motor vehicles, 3 artillery guns, 1 Grad MLRS, and 1 RADA RPS 42 radar. That's the second radar. Colonel, an unmanned systems regiment. We saw that before. Why is West targeting it, and what does the lack of a territorial gain tell us?
The Unmanned Systems Regiment is a dedicated drone unit responsible for reconnaissance, strike, and maybe electronic warfare. By engaging it, WES is trying to degrade Ukraine's local drone capability, which in turn reduces the effectiveness of Ukrainian reconnaissance and artillery adjustment. The destruction of the second RPS-42 radar is the key takeaway here. With 2 such radars lost in one day, Ukrainian counter-battery coverage on the entire western axis has a significant gap. The lack of a territorial gain means West is in a shaping phase. They're not advancing their lines today because they are prioritizing the destruction of Ukrainian sensors, artillery, and drone units. This is prudent operational art. You blind the enemy, then you move. The 3 artillery guns and Grad MLRS destroyed add to the degradation of Ukrainian fire support. So West's actions today are likely a prelude to a territorial gain in the coming days.
The South Group took more advantageous lines and positions. They engaged 2 mechanized, 1 motorized infantry, and 1 mountain assault brigade. Losses: over 100 troops, 1 M113, 2 AFVs, 16 motor vehicles, 4 artillery guns, and critically, 3 electronic warfare stations destroyed. That is a high number for one sector. Why is South focusing on EW stations, and why are troop losses relatively low at just over 100?
South Group's profile today is interesting. The troop loss is low, only 100, which suggests there was no major ground assault. Instead, they destroyed 3 electronic warfare stations, 4 artillery guns, and a significant number of vehicles, 16. This is a precision-shaping operation. Electronic warfare stations are the eyes and ears of Ukrainian air defense and drone operations. By destroying 3 in one sector, South has created a jamming gap. Russian reconnaissance drones can now operate more freely over that area, identifying targets for artillery and strikes. The low Ukrainian troop loss indicates that South did not commit infantry to costly assaults. They stood off, used sensors to locate high-value targets, and hit them with artillery, drones, or missiles. This is the sensor-shooter complex at work. The 4 artillery guns destroyed further degrade Ukrainian fire support. Operationally, South is preparing for a future advance.
Now, the Center Group. They liberated Novoaleksandrovka in Donetsk People's Republic. Their target set is, as usual, extremely diverse. 2 mechanized, 1 assault, 1 airmobile, 1 assault regiment, 5 National Guard brigades, and the Azov Special Operations Brigade. Losses: more than 295 troops, 1 IFV, 1 APC, 6 AFVs, 8 motor vehicles, and 1 artillery gun. No EW or radar kills, no depots. Colonel Novoaleksandrovka. What is its significance, and why does Center consistently report low equipment destruction but high troop losses?
Novoaleksandrovka is a settlement in Donetsk, likely a tactical gain that improves Center's position relative to larger urban areas like Dnepr or Korchakovka. The significance is that Center continues to grind forward against Ukraine's most capable units: National Guard brigades, the Azov Brigade, assault regiments, airmobile. The fact that they liberated it with relatively modest equipment losses, only 1 artillery gun, no EW, but high troop losses, 295, tells us that the fighting was infantry-intensive and close range, likely in trenches, wooded areas, or built-up terrain, where armored vehicles cannot easily operate. Center is absorbing Ukrainian manpower at a high rate. The absence of depot or EW destruction suggests that Center's focus is on the immediate forward edge, not deep rear targets. That is the role of the main effort: fix and attrit the enemy's best forces through direct combat, while other sectors, south-north, handle logistics and DW degradation.
The East Group, once again, continued advancing into the depth of enemy defense. They engaged 1 mechanized, 2 assault brigades, 1 infantry brigade, and 2 assault regiments. Losses: more than 275 troops, 4 AFVs, 7 motor vehicles, and, notably, 1 US-made 155 Paladin self-propelled artillery system. That's the second Paladin destroyed in 2 days. What does this tell us about the East Sector's offensive?
The destruction of a second Paladin howitzer in 2 days is a major indicator. Paladins are mobile, protected, and provide accurate, high rate of fire artillery support. Losing 2 in rapid succession suggests that Russian reconnaissance and strike complexes have become very effective at locating and destroying these high-value Western systems in the East Sector. The 275 troop losses, second highest of the day, indicate intense combat. The fact that the East Group is still using the phrase advancing into depth means they are not just skirmishing, they are making operational progress. The locations include Dolinka, Kopani, Rozovka, Verkhnaya Tersa in Zaporozhye, and Velikomikhailovka, Dobropasovo in Dnepropetrovsk. This is a wide front. The destruction of a Paladin reduces Ukraine's ability to conduct precision counter-battery fire, which in turn allows Russian artillery to support the advance more effectively. Operationally, East remains the most likely sector for a breakthrough.
The Dnepr Group engaged 1 mechanized and 1 mountain assault brigade. Losses: up to 25 troops, 12 motor vehicles, and then a stunning set of high-value kills. 1 Buk M1 anti-aircraft missile system, 3 radar stations, and 3 electronic warfare stations. That's an extraordinary haul for only 25 troop losses. How did they achieve that?
This is a textbook example of standoff precision strike. Dnepr did not launch a costly infantry assault. Only 25 Ukrainian troops lost, but they clearly had excellent intelligence on the locations of Ukrainian air defense and radar assets. A Buk M1 is a mobile medium-range SAM system. Losing one is a major blow because Ukraine has a limited inventory. 3 radar stations and 3 EW stations in 1 sector in 1 day is also a severe degradation. How? Likely through a combination of reconnaissance drones, recently made more effective by the destruction of Ukrainian EW stations elsewhere, loitering munitions, and possibly artillery or missile strikes.
Now, the Operational Tactical Aviation and Deep Strike segment. The briefing says, Operational Tactical Aviation, attack drones, missile troops, and artillery hit Ukrainian energy infrastructure facilities, assembly and launch sites of UAVs, as well as temporary deployment areas in 141 areas. Air defense systems shot down 7 guided aerial bombs, 2 U.S.-made HIMARS and LRS projectiles, and 571 fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles. The Black Sea Fleet eliminated 4 uncrewed armed forces of Ukraine's surface vehicles. Colonel, the 571 UAV Intercepts is the highest we have seen. You already spoke to that. But also note, the deep strikes targeted energy infrastructure and UAV assembly and launch sites. How do these 2 layers work together?
The Deep Strike campaign has 2 complementary objectives. First, strategic interdiction. Hitting energy infrastructure degrades Ukraine's ability to power its defense industry, transport network, and military logistics. Without electricity, rail and factories slow down. Second, counterproduction. Hitting UAV assembly and launch sites directly reduces the number of drones Ukraine can field. The fact that despite these strikes, Ukraine still launched enough drones to generate 571 intercept claims suggests that either the strikes have not yet achieved decisive effect or Ukraine has dispersed its production. The Black Sea Fleet's destruction of 4 USVs shows that the naval drone threat remains active.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. I want to emphasize that the capture of Korchakovka and Novoaleksandrovka shows that the shaping operations of previous days, radar hunting, depot strikes, and EW degradation are translating into territorial gains.